Welcome to our podcast. Did I just offend somebody? Fuck off. Did she just say that?
Yes, she did.
Welcome to our podcast. Did she just say that?
Yes, she did.
She sure did. This is Cam.
Hello.
She's part of my team, and she is super excited to be here. We're going to just chat up a little bit and get to know her and get to know me and see how we actually act with each other like a bunch of 12-year-old boys, honestly.
Yeah. Pretty much the whole entire time.
Yeah. So Cam just got pulled into this the last minute. She was here because she's super excited about this podcast.
I'm very excited.
It's actually her idea and Elizabeth's idea. They've been pushing me for,
I'd say, months now at this point. It's been like a 6-month topic of conversation, I feel like.
It has been.
I mean, we're really excited about something like that. We spend a lot of time together outside of work working on like projects and things. And so there's a lot of that kind of like conversation topics that go around and we talk about, and it's just perfect stuff for a podcast. And none of it is ever filtered. Never.
At least we think it's perfect. We don't know if it really is.
I think it's perfect.
We're going to find out. It has lots of foul words and lots of immaturity, mostly coming from my end. And then I'm able to drag the other people down with me too, so that they speak in the same way. It's
pretty
wonderful.
much the average 12-year-old boy talk.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what we talk like. And it's all inappropriate. None of it's appropriate ever.
So the girls, I call my employees girls, although some of them are older than me. Some of them are younger than me. They're all girls. It's not derogatory.
The ladies.
And then we have one guy. We have one guy right
Larry.
now too. We have Larry. His name is really Lawrence, but we
call him Larry
because we want to.
It's fun.
It is funny.
Poor guy.
Yeah. He's a good sport though.
Yeah.
And he likes us. So we've got a good team. We've got Cam, Elizabeth, Jenny, Mary, Jenny, Courtney, Haley, Alyssa. And then we have seasonal team members that come in during the holidays, and that's usually 4 or 5 other people. And Larry's a seasonal employee.
And the twins.
And the twins. Yeah, we have the twins that don't look alike. They're not identical, but we can't tell them apart.
Yes.
We're just like, those are the twins. It's one of the twins.
That's why name tags are important.
Yes.
And then you just have to play it off like you know what you're talking about, even though you don't.
Like you're peeking around like,
oh, that's a cute pin on your
Olivia
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have the twins and Chloe too. So seasonal people change each year. And then a lot of my team members have been here for quite some time. Jenny's probably been with us the longest. She's our British representation here at the store. And she does a lot of work in the back office for us. And then Ginny, who's not Jenny, has been here
Jenny with a G is what we call her.
Quite a few years. Yeah, we have Ginny with a G and Jenny with a J. Totally different people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got a really good team. I think that we're a really strong shop. We have a lot of fun here when we work. There's a lot of responsibility to what everybody does, but I think it's important that you really like what you do. And if you don't like what you're doing here anymore, you need to just get the fuck out.
Yeah, just go, leave. There's no need for you.
Yeah, and it drags everybody else down. So it's a really good way to end that. Yeah. So it works well. So Cam here, she is a really good employee. She came on, Elizabeth brought her on. She was in high school and FFA together, the two of them.
Best friends.
Elizabeth was a good employee for me. So we had offered the opportunity for our employees to bring in someone else, and I don't know if you know this, but she actually got money for bringing you on board. Yeah,
she didn't even treat me to anything.
Nothing.
Nope, not dinner, not ice cream, nothing.
Did she ever tell you how much it was?
No.
Oh yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Don't tell her that you told me that.
Well, she's gonna know now. So yeah, I always wondered if she had like given you like any cash from it.
Nope, no incentive.
Well, it's okay.
I just really needed a job at the time.
She did. And so she came in to interview for just a seasonal position. And I said, you know what? We actually have more hours available if you can work with us. And at the time, Cam wasn't 18. And when we have younger employees, we have someone else work with them for closing shifts and such. Cam referred to that as her babysitter.
Yeah.
The British babysitter, Jenny.
I think it was the firm handshake that really got me.
It was. Yeah.
Pulled her in, you know.
She's a very good I believe in a good handshake, as does she. Because if somebody has like a clammy, I don't know.
Hey, that's not fair. That's not, people can control that.
Yeah, they can. Wipe it off on your pants.
Oh my, yeah.
I want to say like a gay handshake, but that's inappropriate.
Is it? But that's what we're about.
Okay, or a really flimsy handshake like this.
If you don't have a firm grasp, then you're done. No more.
That's what he said.
Or what she said, too. Either way.
Yeah, this is kind of how it is.
Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, but a good handshake. Like right now, my hand's a little bit sweaty.
Yeah,
warm.
So we're not doing it.
Before I shake somebody's hand, I'd be wiping this thing off.
But that's so awkward. Like, what if you're expecting a handshake and then I'm like over here like rubbing up and down on my pants?
It depends on where you're rubbing.
And I reach out.
Well, what are you rubbing?
I don't know. whatever dries my hand off.
Okay. Well,
Well,
it just seemed inappropriate.
But no, like you can't see behind the table, so like never mind. We're just getting off topic now.
Okay.
So
tell us a little bit about what you do here and what you do outside of here with us.
Yeah.
Still,
so
we do lots of stuff.
I'm in a sales associate position, so I work the front and I talk with customers. I follow them around the store, even if it aggravates them. That's just my job. Tough tooties, man. I also check in inventory and I have a lot of other tasks in between, but I've also taken on the handyman role almost, or handy person. I build cabinetry on the weekends with Tracy at her house, and that's where a lot of this idea has arisen from. And I just do a little bit of everything here. I change light bulbs. I get up on the ladder because everybody else is chickens. And
So true.
I just do my job, which is a lot of different things. It entails a lot, I feel like. But it is such a great place to work and a great place to be because, like, we're always having fun. And there's always something going on that we're chatting it up, or we're laughing, or there's something to joke about, or I'm just downright doing my job and enjoying it. And that's what I love so much, is the fact that I have people around me that support me and we can also have a good time in that. So,
and I think it's important to say too, that our employees that we have I really feel like they are a team and they're invested. I think it's important that when you have anybody working in your business, especially a small business, that those people like being here, and that makes a huge impact, that they believe that what they're doing is part of the success of the business, which it is. And I reward people for that. I think that's really important.
Yeah. And I mean, there's so many nights where we've gone out as like just a huge group outside of work, like off the clock. And we've gone to the local Mexican restaurant and chatted up on all the drama and gossip and
Crazy
said it was our birthday and it wasn't, and gotten
true.
so many cakes and things at different places. We went to Hibachi recently and I got sung happy birthday 3 times, and my birthday's like another 3 months away. So, but I got a free cake, deep fried cheesecake, actually.
And she ate it all too.
No, I shared it with everybody.
But it was gone.
Yeah, but you can't put it on there like that. You're going to make me look bad.
Well,
I shared it with everyone.
I don't recall getting a bite.
You didn't want one.
Okay.
That's your problem.
Did it really pass down that far on the table? Okay.
Because we offered it.
If you say so.
And I also got a balloon animal hat. It was pretty cool.
Oh, I
still have it, but it's deflated, but I still have it.
Oh, and then we have Courtney and Alyssa who got balloon engagement rings because they had no engagement rings that they wanted.
Yeah.
And so they got balloon engagement rings.
And sneak peek, Courtney got engaged and Alyssa hasn't yet. Poor girl.
Yeah. We're waiting on Nick. He's got to come through.
Good old Nicholas.
Yeah, we're calling you out, man.
We're trying not to talk about it. It's a sore subject,
but it is one of our topics and listed in our book of podcast topics.
Yes, there's plenty.
It's on page 2, I think.
Plenty of options.
3. Yeah. Is there any topic that you want to touch on today? I mean, there's a lot, like this is good, or, I think that
I have multiple topics in the book. I feel like there's a good one about witness protection.
Yeah. Trespass Jackie and the trespass poster.
We have a wanted book in our office.
Too bad we didn't bring the book.
I should have brought it out.
Okay.
I could run and grab it, but
it's all right.
It's all right. We'll save that for another time. You could probably
draw the images right here and we could show
No, I think it's okay. I need time. I need time to perfect my artist skills.
So we don't have a lot of issues here with our customers. They're really good customers, a lot of return customers, but occasionally we do have people who think shoplifting is perfectly fine, or
especially in a small business,
or just
never
jackasses. Okay. Not allowed to. We don't want them in here anymore. So as a small business owner,
Jackie the jackass,
you can go. We won't say any last names. Yeah. you can trespass someone if they've been in your business and they've done something that they shouldn't do, like shoplifting. You can actually have them trespass from your business, so they're not allowed to come back. If they come back and shoplift again, they'll be arrested, or if they come back on your property, they'll be arrested. And it's not something that we normally do, but Jackie is trespassed from our store, so she's called Trespass Jackie. And we actually took an image from our cameras and we made a wanted poster.
Yep. And then I went ahead and took the courtesy of drawing up a wanted poster. So there's multiple people on there.
People that we just don't care for.
Yeah, just people that don't need to be here.
Yeah.
So
and so we don't have images of them, but we really just don't want them around. Everybody knows who we're talking about.
And
so
we didn't want happy photos of them. We wanted true character photos. Yeah. So we got a ball and chain,
yeah,
a mug shot,
yeah.
you know,
with the height on it,
hand drawn.
Yeah, they're really nice, but then they have their names on there too, and whether they're their real names or just the names that we call them.
Ricky Bobby Jr., Bandy.
I was gonna say Brittany, but that's okay. Yeah, but we know who we're talking about. So
yeah, it's enough for us.
Yeah, it's a little book that we've started in the back, and we show it to all of our employees, and they're on board. A thing.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, I don't know if they could. Shoplifters suck, first of all. They suck. If you think that it's okay to steal from me because it's a $5 item, you can suck it, because it is horrible. Even a small item, when it's taken, it really hurts the bottom line. And it not only hurts me, it hurts my employees. And people do it. People don't think anything of it. And I think you're like taking it literally out of my pocket. That's wrong.
And there's so much more that goes into that, because like you steal the last of something and we don't realize that you stole it, and then someone orders it online and I can't find it. Now I have to go back and refund that person.
Yeah.
And then I have to go take it out of a book and take it out of our system and everything. So like,
you have to do work.
Yeah. And so it's a waste of my time as an employee for you to take something, and then I have to figure that out later.
Yep.
So
shoplifting really sucks. It's a pet peeve.
Less things to count at the end of the year.
This is true.
No.
It does help with our inventory at the end of the year.
No.
Absolutely no. Absolutely no. It does help though. At the end of the year, you have less to count, and then you're like, "Shit, where?" But
it's not valid enough.
No, it's true. Don't,
because then I have to go on a wild goose chase at the end of the year trying to find it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
No,
that's a whole other topic. It's
that
talking
is
about how to do inventory and then having to deal with shoplifting and all of that. It happens. It's a terrible thing. And I think if you're a shoplifter, you should burn in hell.
Yeah.
That's just pretty basic.
Solid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Feels about it.
I'm like very black and white in that sense. Like, I think if you do something wrong and you fuck up, then I'm done with you. Like, that's it.
I'm more of a beat around the bush kind of gal.
Yeah, you are. And we're wasting
No. I
feel that, I'm black and white. You screw something up, I might give you another chance, but I'll definitely call you on it and say, this is wrong.
Good for you.
Don't do that again. Cam is more like, well, let's just pretend like it never happened in the first place. But she's learning.
I guess it's easier.
Well, yeah, it is. But you're learning.
I am learning.
She's become much more confident.
I'm getting there eventually.
Yeah, I think over this last year that you've been with us, I think your confidence has really grown. And you've had jobs before, but this is your first real job.
Yeah.
Legitimate paycheck.
I previously worked at a kennel out in the country.
Somewhere that we can't talk about.
I didn't say any names or anything.
Don't believe in kennels. Don't believe in breeding.
I just said a kennel. I'm sorry. It's not good. Don't ever.
It's a sensitive subject for me.
I was the best thing that those dogs had.
It was the best thing they ever had.
But I was the only employee there. I worked with nobody. I never saw my boss, anything like that. So that being said, going into an environment where I work with multiple people, I have a boss that cares about me and supports me through the things that I go through or whatever. It's so much different and it's so much better. And also Tracy's like really good about like giving us multiple opportunities for things and like setting us up in a path where like it's going to help our future for different things too.
Well, I'm glad you see it that way.
I mean, you have.
It's true. I think I do. I'm invested in my employees.
Yeah. And you care about us.
I do.
And we have a good time while doing all of it.
Yeah. And I mean, it is work. Don't get me wrong. You got to clean the bathroom and stuff happens in the bathroom. And you never know. But you got to do things.
Spatula.
Yeah. The poop spatula.
That could be a topic in itself.
Let's add that to there.
Binley.
Yeah. Oh
Binley?
yeah. Yeah.
Binley?
Binley and having to clean up the boot or poop. We're not really sure like what we're allowed to say on some things, so we're just trying to cover that stuff up too.
We're normally not censored, but
no.
when it comes to names, we're not trying to get into all of that.
And I won't censor like the words, like the swear words. I don't care, but
just names.
Yeah, we'll just censor the names.
Like
slightly.
Blows.
if you shop at Blows or
if
anything.
you shop at Blows, get your shit together.
Or Bone Depot or anything like that. Yeah, that's that's a whole other thing.
Bargain.
Yeah, exactly.
Walmart.
Whole other thing. So Cam, she works quite a few hours with us every week, and she's actually getting ready to go to school. So she's going to start school at TCAT here, and she's
welding.
She's going to be a welder. And
yeah,
let's talk about how we kind of found it like this path for you, which is great.
Oh, it was very, very crazy. Previously, I wanted to be a realtor, which was more of like an office job, and that's just not something that I roll with. Like, obviously, I work in this, which is not the same as an office job, but I wanted something more hands-on. And last year we decided, me and Elizabeth once again talked Tracy into something, and it was a parade float. And so I got to hand build a parade float for the Murfreesboro Parade. And I just had a really good time with it. We built everything from scratch with plywood. It was a miniature scale version of the Quinn's front of the shop. It was really very cool. We worked with a guy named Quinn. That's the only name dropping that I'll do.
Yep. Ken, he's like the bomb.
Yeah, and he was a tool and die guy, which is like all these like big machinery equipment things, and I thought it was really cool. And I had done some welding in high school, but Tracy suggested that I tried something like that out, and she also got me set up job shadowing an electrician out of Murfreesboro.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and that was a really good time. I had a lot of fun with that, but it just wasn't exactly what I was looking for, and I know that I had enjoyed welding, so I ended up applying for TCAT, and she helped me through that, and now I get to go in January, and I'm very excited about that, just like this podcast.
Yeah. So we did this parade float build, and we're doing it again this year.
Yeah.
The first one that we did, we didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
And Ken is a friend of my husband's. My husband has utilized him to do some machine work on guns and things like that, kind of some gunsmithing stuff. My husband's a big competitive shooter.
Yeah.
And Ken was somebody that we knew, and I had him do a project for the shop. So I had been to his own shop that he had, and it was impressive.
Very impressive.
Yeah. And so I don't even remember exactly how that conversation came up with him about the parade float, but it did. And he's like, I want to volunteer my services, and I want to help you guys build this float.
I mean, this guy literally worked night and day on this thing. Like we would come over every Sunday for like hours on end, and we would come back and there would be parts that we hadn't even known were there. And he literally had built it throughout the week. Yep. And then we would come back and just continue to work on it. And I mean, I learned so much. I learned so many different power tools that I had never used before, and how to use a nail gun, which was interesting and
exciting.
Safety, protection, because safety. He's big on that. And but it was,
I think that's really what it was. Like what was happening was you were really excelling and doing all this stuff with your hands, whether it was like the jigsaw or whatever. I think you did a great job with that. And I just thought, gosh, the trades are such a great opportunity, and there's so many jobs available. And you seemed really excited about it. Like every week you were excited, because this was all volunteer. Like they just volunteered their time to come out and build this float. And that is, totally different than our regular everyday kind of work. But they wanted to do that. And so they were there, they were showing up, doing the work, not complaining. And Ken's a great guy.
I mean, every weekend, every Sunday for like 2 months straight, and then days after school and anything in between that we could find. And then we got up at like, I think it was like 4 a.m. on the day of the parade, drove out to the property, got the trailer, went to Ken's house, set up everything there, drove to a parking lot, sat in a parking lot, and then set up in the parking lot, and then sat on the road and waited for the parade to start. And it was just so much like dedication on our end of like making it happen and wanting it to like be this huge extravagant thing. And it was so funny because we got there, and then we were like walking down the line of all of them, and we were like, this is so minuscule compared to everything else.
Anything here. Like we go in there, we're like, we're gonna kick ass, we're gonna win, and we got this.
Like we're the bomb diggity.
Yeah,
screw
then we
the
show
rest
up
of
and
y'all.
we're like, shit, we don't have anything. Dang.
Smyrna Ready Mixes was really cool. They had a huge house.
Yeah, there were some really neat ones. And then even the guys in front of us, they were from the battlefield and they had live trees.
Oh, and they had a cannon.
Yes.
They had a whole cannon on, like
a flipping cannon,
like an actual cannon.
They won, like, and they were a prize winner too.
Yeah.
Like, how the heck you even compete with that? But now we know we're coming back round 2, and we're gonna kick ass on this one.
We better.
Like I said, Ken is such a great guy. He actually came out to the parade, and he was in the parade line watching us. We asked him if he wanted to be on the float.
He ran up to the parade.
Yeah, he ran up to the float and
gave us Laffy Taffy, because that's his thing. He loves Laffy
Taffy.
Taffy. You have to read the joke off the back every time you eat one.
Yep.
So
he's great, and so we're working with him again. We're really looking forward to that. And this year, the parade is happening in December, and so we're already started on our float for that. I'm ready.
I think it's the 11th or the 12th, so
maybe the 10th.
Probably the 10th, something like that in between.
It's on a Sunday. Fine. Yeah,
but
I mean, and it's a Murfreesboro parade, okay? It's not like the Macy's Day parade. Let's be honest. It's the Murfreesboro parade.
But it's a good time. It definitely is.
I went once when we first moved here, and I thought I was going to gouge my eyes out with a fork because I was so bored. I'm like, seriously, is this all?
And now we're in it.
And I felt like forced to stay because we were invited to one of those big houses on Main Street. And I wanted to just, I don't know what I wanted to do. It was horrible. And the only good thing was, like, we had hot chocolate, right? That was it.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I'm never doing this again.
But we're fun though. We throw out like Mardi Gras beads and peppermint sticks.
It's hard, as much work as we went to, and as long of a day as it was, because this parade thing is like 2 hours long, and you want to be at the front because you don't want to get stuck at the end when you're actually sitting there in the line for even longer.
Yeah.
So we were up so early. We got in. We were probably one of the first 10 floats or so.
There was like barely anyone there, and we went and got in line as soon as they would allow it. So.
But it was still dark by the time we finished, and then we had to go and break this thing down.
Yeah.
I don't know why we rushed to break it down that night. Why couldn't we wait till like the next
I don't know.
day?
I have no clue.
That was crazy.
Because me and Elizabeth had a party afterwards too, which that was a whole fiasco.
And we've since lost the hardware from the original setup.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was probably something to do with doing this in the dark, with out at a piece of property where we have no electricity. We only had little flashlights. We're trying to disassemble.
I'm like laying on my back,
float,
rolling through the dirt.
Yeah, underneath, trying to remove these.
Hitting my head. We're like yelling at each other and cussing each other out.
Dedicated. She's very dedicated. She never says no. She does the work. So
is Elizabeth.
She is very good too.
Out there running around
nice
with
that you're
us.
giving her a shout out. She's not here.
Well,
oh, it's okay.
It's normally the trio, the Wonder Twins.
She's not here. Yeah, the Wonder Twins.
Yeah, I think that's a topic in here.
I think it is too. If
we'll
not,
have to have all three of us on.
It has to be. And we should have Marty on with the Wonder Twins, but he'd say no because he's not going to listen to those.
We tried to talk him into it. Yeah, exactly. He says we're too loud.
Yeah. I don't really notice it until like we're all together at one place, like the three of us, and then I'm like, oh my god, we never shut the fuck up.
Or like you need a can of shut the fuck up. You need a can of shut the fuck up.
Oh my god, yeah, like our trip to Atlanta, or we did this one day trip to Atlanta because the girls were so excited to see.
That's another thing that we talked Tracy into.
Yeah. I'm so easily
swayed.
Yes, exactly. So I take these two,
but we work really hard, so it's not like we haven't like
it was
earned
a reward,
the thing of it.
And and it was the only time we could go, so it was just a one-day thing. We get up at the crack of dawn,
3:45 a.m. We were at her house
on the road at 4, and we head to Atlanta. We shop the whole day, and then we drive back at night. Get stuck in a wreck where the interstate was closed. And I have these two.
All 4 lanes were
closed. The only time they got quiet was Cam started snoring in the back because we had sat in traffic.
I thought we agreed to never talk about that.
I mean, she was just dozing in the back.
It was bad. Well, in the Queen's carriage, that's another topic. It has like a little plug-in in the back, and you can plug up a heated blanket.
I think you should have plugged up your CPAP machine to keep you from snoring.
That's so bad. No.
But yeah, I was ready to give those girls a can to shut the fuck up because I was like, please give me a break.
Or when Waze redirected us on the way there.
Took us to a different place.
And we had to go through this like fucking neighborhood.
It was like winding.
Not even speed bumps.
No.
Speed humps.
Yeah.
They literally
were like you had to stop the car to get over those.
And she hit one going like 45. It was so bad.
You know, it's all Marty.
But Marty doesn't. It's not Marty's car.
No, that's true.
Marty doesn't care.
I mean, I should take care of it.
It wasn't intentional.
No. But that was a fun day too, and we can tell you more about
But
that.
she was going crazy. It was insane.
Yeah.
That's definitely podcast
But
worthy.
I'm very mouthy. Like, I mean, that's just how I am.
Because we would be like dead silent, and then she would just come out saying something so random, and like it was like a fucking helicopter. Oh my god! And I was like, what?
And then they were great while we were at market. They were my mules and carrying everything around.
It was a good time.
And all I had to carry was my alcohol and my fan because I was hot. So
you got alcohol? Oh wait, yeah, you did. Yeah. You did get alcohol.
Of course I did.
It was and we had Chick-fil-A, and we sat with these crazy ladies. They weren't crazy. They were just kind of judgy.
They were. And then we went to the
But they were really nice.
Went to the varsity on the way out.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, Atlanta. Well, we were just saying that we need to take Trent, our producer, with us so that he can go to Atlanta and film us in our drunk mode because it's totally different. But I don't think he knows what he's getting himself into because it's exhausting just to walk around. And but the drinking is what makes it better. Like I usually have a little backache.
I don't have that opportunity.
But the drinking helps. That's true. You have Advil. You don't have alcohol.
That's all I had.
Yeah,
but
you took it. Is there anything
it was a
else
good time
we need to chat about? Well,
I feel like
go ahead.
I feel like we covered a lot.
I think so. So I think that like this Cam is a member of my team. We'll have the other members on at some point in time. Jenny, we want her to represent Britain, but she's already refused and she doesn't know that that's not an option.
She doesn't have a decision.
Yeah, so she'll have to come back. I just realized I haven't spent a lot of time looking at the camera. I'm just really kind of looking at you.
No, I mean, it's okay. We're just chatting it up. I feel like we were like staring at each other the whole time.
Yeah, so we're just kind of learning, and then we'll have to have you and Elizabeth on.
I think that'll be the best.
Yeah,
the best way to do it. Which is funny
because Elizabeth is really quiet for the most part
until we're all together and we crack her open.
Yes,
and even then, sometimes though, I feel like we'll get on like a roll of like saying some really nasty things, like really gross.
And then Elizabeth says,
and she's like, "Oh God,
I hate it here."
You don't hate it here. If you hated it here, you would leave. You would leave.
Yeah. We'll say, we'll drop the F-bomb or talk about some sexual act or something. I mean, just like lots of inappropriate.
Patty cake, things like that.
Lots of inappropriate edging.
Oh God, no, you can't say that on
lots of inappropriate stuff. And then poor Elizabeth, who she just gets disgusted and she's like, I hate it.
Bless her heart.
I hate it here.
Bless her
But she sticks around.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she doesn't really.
Sometimes she partakes in it too, just occasionally.
A little bit.
That sounds wrong.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, I appreciate you joining us. Make sure that you like us, follow us, subscribe. Check out where we're at on all of the, what are they called?
Podcast
platforms. Thank you. Yeah. Join us again for some more witty banter. We're definitely going to have that. And give us a 5-star review. Check us out on Apple or iTunes. And then we always love a good 5-star review on Google.
Review.
Bye-bye. Did I just offend somebody? Most likely. But that's who I am, and I'm okay with that. If you're not giving us a 5-star review, then fuck off. Did she just say that?
Yes, she did.